Hi, I'm Bex.
And I'm Rhys, and welcome to the London Bookshop Crawl Online.
Today we're talking to Rachel Thomas, the founder of Parades and Books. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. We're very excited to be back doing our online content for this year's London Bookshop Crawl, and thank you very much for joining us. Your bookshop, I think, is probably one of the newer bookshops that we've got involved with the Bookshop Crawl this year. So can you tell us a little bit more about the shop and how it came to be?
Yes. I opened a bookshop on November 25th of 2020, so right in the middle of the pandemic. So in a way, my mode of opening already was in a pandemic mode, so I had to have online right away. I called it Parade. I opened it because I've been wanting to do a for 40 years. I worked in a bookshop when in my college time, and I wanted to do that after that. But of course, life gets in the way, and then I've always had this dream. So I decided to retire and open a bookshop about 5 years ago. And I found this perfect place on Ham Parade. This shop is right at the end of the parade, and that's why it's called Parade's End. And also, of course, the literal connotation is that it's after Parade's End, Food Maddox Foods.
Yeah.
So that was the reason. And I had worked in a bookshop for a year. So I hit the ground running and opened it within a month after I signed the lease. And I chose this area, Ham. It's sort of between Richmond and Kingston. And there's no bookshops around really in Kingston, the whole area, other than Waterstone. So I thought it was a perfect area to open one. And it's been a great experience.
Oh, brilliant. We were really happy to see you open, actually, because we've always, I grew up around Richmond Borough, and we've always included the Richmond bookshops on the bookshop calls. We're really happy to be able to extend that out a little bit towards Kingston Way, where it's an area I'm very familiar with. So it's lovely to see you pop up there. So yeah, we're very excited to be talking to you.
Yeah. Obviously, you have opened up your bookshop at probably what could be deemed one of the worst times to be opening up a bookshop, I guess, is probably the best way of putting it. But do you feel that it's had some sort of effect on your business? Do you think it's
yes, because I opened with click and collect. So yes, I had to do click and collect from the beginning. But people were very supportive, and what we did was we put books right around the door. We put the tables around the door and left the doors open. So people did come in to pick up their click and collect books, and they bought some more. So that was good. And also, because of the pandemic, we had to make it quite a good online site. So that was my first thing I had to get done.
Yeah.
That is definitely a bonus, isn't it?
So yeah, I think it was a strange way to start, definitely.
Yeah.
But I was expecting it, so it wasn't a shock. But I guess the shock was when they closed on December 19th. We opened again, probably on December 3rd or whatever, and then we had a great customer support and sales. So yeah, I thought, oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then 19th, of course, we had to shut again, collect. But I would say the community really, really supported. So we did well last Christmas for sure. So
that's really good.
It's affected us, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good to hear. It must have been an amazing feeling. It must have been an amazing feeling when you first had customers actually come into the shop and be able to
look around. Yes, it was wonderful. Yes.
Imagine that. Must have been fantastic.
And they all came in. I mean, everyone who came in December said, "Oh, thank you for opening a bookshop." And
that's amazing.
Yes. And we loved the shop. It did a great thing, and a lot of them now mention that they look up Amazon and then come and buy it from me, which is
I love
too.
that. That's what I because I don't use Amazon. I've boycotted Amazon for 10 years now, so I'm always telling people reverse Amazon it. Find the thing you want and then order it from a bookshop. It's a great way to use Amazon.
Yes.
Oh. So my next question, I've taken my glasses off and now can't read it. I was browsing your wonderful website, which, as you said, is such a bonus of having opened in the pandemic, is having a great website to launch with. And I do really love your ethos of being a bookshop that you call it an act against the electronic age. And I love that idea. I think bookshops are so important for community. And I was just wondering what plans you have to facilitate this kind of idea going forwards into hopefully more phases where we're more able to go and visit places and spend time with friends.
Yes. I think we all talk about how we want to make a bookshop a community. And that's what I'm aiming for. So we support local authors. In fact, 3 of my events, I'm going into the next one of the other questions you have. My first event was with 3 local authors at the same time. So that was really lovely. And a lot of people came for it. And I can have about 30 people. So one of the things to do with the community hub is having local events.
Yeah.
And so my second way of doing that is I also want to have music. So it's clearly not just about books, but it's about people together from the community and far, I guess. So I had one of my events was about music, just a local satirist, singer-writer satirist, and it was lovely. I loved that as well. So, and I'm going to have jazz evenings, and I'm also going to be serving coffee. So I'm trying to make it a place where people can meet. I think that's the main thing, face to face.
Oh, brilliant. That's an interesting thing, actually. A friend of mine was saying, because I don't know if you know, but I am a person who struggles with social anxiety, and I've talked a lot in the past about the Bookshop Crawl being a good place for anxious people to kind of come together. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was saying, as an anxious person, she would go and sit in a bookshop on her own and have a coffee much more comfortably than she would go sit in a cafe or go and have a glass of wine in a bookshop, and she wouldn't go in a bar. And it's that different kind of atmosphere of just being in a comfortable place where it's okay to go.
Yes, exactly.
And then you might find out about other stuff that's going on and feel comfortable to go along to that as well, which is lovely.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, in the community now, there are a lot of people who are on their own as well. And they come to chat, so that's really nice too. I just like that. And have time for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you've sort of answered our next question about your favorite event to host, I guess. Have you got a particular event in the future that's coming up that you're looking forward to?
Well, I haven't actually signed up for it, but I want a jazz one being the next one.
Great.
Jazz quartet. I know their names, they said they're insistent, so I need to sign them up.
Very good.
That's fun. That sounds brilliant.
And after that, I'm going to have Mary Lawson. I don't know if you know. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
So she'll be. So I think I'm looking forward to the events.
Yeah.
Not too many. Twice a month, I think.
But that's a perfect amount.
Sorry?
That sounds like a perfect amount. Twice a month. It's enough.
Yes, twice a month. I need to have children's events. That's the other thing which I haven't really kicked off, but I think I will as soon as we are free to have more freedom.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should say that. So next year we're looking to do some children's events as part of the London Bookshop Crawl. So we might actually be in contact with you, because that might be quite a good information.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that would be great, because obviously this year we've gone very, very softly with our return to in-person bookshop crawling, just because it's one step forward and 3 steps backwards, kind of.
Yes.
So we wanted to be aware of people's restrictions, and obviously a lot of bookshops are still limiting the numbers of people in and all that. So, but next year we're hoping that we'll be able to do lots more stuff, which will be very exciting. And I'd imagine in the kind of area you're in, that children's events would be really popular in that area. From what I know of it, lots of families around and
lots of
Okay.
Children's section.
Yeah. Okay, so our final question is one we ask everybody we've spoken to over the last couple of years, which is, we would love to hear about your favorite bookshops and any recommendations of great books you've read recently.
Yeah, sure. My favorite bookshop is Ink 84.
Yes. Fellow Bookshop Crawl participant.
Have you guys been there? Oh, it's my favorite.
I haven't actually managed to visit myself yet, but they've taken part for several years now. So it's my mission to tick off all the places I haven't been to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're lovely. It's Betsy and Tessa who run it. And I actually worked with them for a year, and they're my model for my bookshop.
Oh, lovely.
So if you go in, it's light, it's light and bright and very inviting. And I love the book selections and all that. So it just is my favorite bookshop, and I definitely recommend people to go there. And they have these lovely drinks and have lovely events too. They actually used to have cinema. They used to show films.
Yes, I remember this. We talked about it in previous years with them. Their film club that they had there.
Yeah, so I think that is definitely my favorite. And in terms of books, my favorite has been Lincoln's Highway. I don't know whether you've read it.
No, I haven't.
It's Amor Towles, the gentleman
Yes.
in Moscow, the new one. Oh my God,
Right.
it's amazing. It is amazing. The gentleman in Moscow is about Moscow and the history, the whole First World War and all that. It's beautiful. His writing is wonderful. And then he switches to this Lincoln's Highway, which is like a road trip for 4 boys, 3 teenagers and a young boy of 8. And they're heading for the Lincoln Highway. It's called the Lincoln's Highway, but life gets in the way and they actually head the opposite way to New York. And it's about a road trip, and it's about, they have 4 different characters and how they get along and all the drama of they're actually running away. 2 of them are running away from jail. So it's really, really very interesting and I guess entertaining, but also heartbreaking in many ways. It's almost like a new or late, or let's say current Huckleberry Finn kind of story.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. I have to add that to my list.
It just is beautiful. And I definitely, you should definitely read that. And I think another book I would like to talk about is Isabel Allende's book, A Long Petal on the Sea.
Yeah.
And it is just, Isabel Allende is my favorite author of all times. She writes, her first book was about magic realism, The House of Spirits, which, oh my God, I did not want the book to finish. I just loved it, every minute of it. And I feel like you're in another world and a lovely world. And even though it's set against, shares, military coup background, it is actually a really lovely book. And so this new book is about the Spanish Civil War, and about the Chilean, and the same 2 people, the main protagonists, then moved to Chile and against the Chilean and the despot Pinochet taking over. So it is a really well written, and I love books talk about the history. So you learn a lot about history.
I love books like
behind
that.
the story. Books like that. Yeah. So those 2 books are my favorites. So I'll definitely recommend.
That's brilliant recommendations. Thank you very much for those.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wrap up by saying, everybody go and visit Parade's End Books.
Thank you very much. Please do.
Yes, and we will hopefully manage to get along with our kids coming to visit. You're on our list definitely to visit if we manage to. My plans usually on Bookshop Crawl weekend don't go the way I want them to, but hopefully we'll manage to visit you, and hopefully lots of other people will do too. Thank you very much for chatting with us and for your brilliant recommendations and telling us all about your lovely bookshop.
It sounds great. We're so pleased to see new bookshops opening up in London always. So it really is great news.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rachel.
Thanks.